way to stress.
You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's fast. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Break down. 180. 54 miles. He can't hang.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 15. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendons.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Big hold to the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Hey, Charlie.
Stafford on 3rd down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January, but if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in, so a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Carr now to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, Muhammad. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their word space out to the 16. He digs him partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
Lady! Hey, 5-0! Mike 5-9. Hey, 5-7. Hey. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Too low.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Throwing again. Carr. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Carr to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I've played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
32. Check. 11.
Back to throw. Stafford going deep this time for Miller. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards.
1st down, Detroit.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Motion. Hey, 54, 21. Hey, do.
Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
From the red zone now, Stafford. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They run with Washington. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Bravo. All day. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go. 53, ready.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to weigh in enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up. 32.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Middle.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Lady. Check my 46. Watch the run.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Keep playing hard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down and 4, Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Hey, 22! Hey, whoa! Here we go! 46, boys, 46!
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DeAndre Washington. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by DAVIxx. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Throwing to Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Stafford now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
46. All day, dog. 46.
From the 50, Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
46, boy. 46. 46 to Mike. Come on, baby. Go. Hey, easy. Check Mike 46. Come on, D. Alert. Hey, orbit. Hurry.
Now it's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Middle.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Tahir Whitehead able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over them. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Blue 60. You. Alert 3.
Here's Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Monday. Hey, go here.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Hey, 50. What we got?
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now a play fake. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Able to find Walter. That's complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Second year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator, and he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
That's hilarious.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Draw play, Washington. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
What down? Blue 80, 808. Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch right there, watch right there. I got 15. I got 15.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On the carry, it's Borden. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you. And a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Muhammad. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Double right. Check 59. Hey, Haywood. Check.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going up top for Miller. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Real right, 22. Hey, exit. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. 10.
From the gun, Stafford. Fighting to stay upright, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Fielded at the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Running it, Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Carr gives it off to Washington. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run. It's Washington. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford going for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Muhammad. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. It's complete to Grant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Carr again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Again, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They go again with Muhammad. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Washington on 3rd and short. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr. That's to his running back, complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions looking like they're going to come away with a victory.
Check Mike 46. So we got man.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to